Welcome. My name is Marisa. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we have a great session all about splits. So if you've ever wanted to increase your flexibility to the point where you can actually do the splits, this is the routine for you. Now, the trick of it is it's something that you would have to do every day. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you, oh, this is gonna magically give you your splits like that. No, it takes work and consistency, okay? But if you're doing these yoga poses every day, I promise you that in a month or two, you're gonna see a dramatic change in your flexibility, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We'll get started in wide child's pose today. So go ahead and place your knees on the outer edges of the mat. Connect your toes together. Sit back into your heels and extend your arms.
And once you're there, imagine melting into the mat. Releasing any muscles that's causing you to become tense. Just release everything.
Come to a tabletop position, finding a neutral spine, and we'll warm up the spine by dropping the belly, looking up, and pulling up through the belly towards the spine. Inhale to look up. Exhale to pull up and round the spine. And from here, we'll take a gentle twist. So place the right hand in the center of your body, center of your mat, and draw a bow and arrow with the left arm all the way up. If you'd like a variation of this, you can always tuck your hand behind your lower back. That always feels really good to me to open up the shoulder space. And exhale to release. Placing the left hand in the center of your mat, draw a line and extend your right arm high. You're welcome to stay here or tuck the hand in the lower back. On your next exhale, release your hand to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to your first downward facing dog. You guys get my crazy hair today. This is my Puerto Rican hair. And just go ahead and sink the heels towards the mat, keeping your knees soft,
Always keep a micro bend in the knees there. Lifting your tailbone up towards the sky, pushing away from the mat, pulling up through the belly. Let go of the neck. Extend the left heel towards the back wall, and then all the way up, opening up the hip as high as you can. Once there, bend at the knee and allow the foot to just fall back. Realign your hips. Bring the left knee forward and place the left foot at the top of your mat, releasing the right knee. Untuck the toes and just sink into this low lunge. Moving into a hamstring stretch, pull the right hip crease back, sit back into the hips, straighten the front leg, and bring your left foot to a flex. Lengthen in the spine and fold over even deeper if you can. Find your edge of flexibility, so not to the point of pain, but always going to a deep enough stretch where it feels like a challenge for you. Amazing job. All right, we're gonna bring a little breath flow into these two movements that we've just done. So inhale to rock forward into your low lunge. Exhale to pull back and straighten that leg. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And once you're in this position, again, deepen a little bit further. See if you can sink in just maybe 1 inch deeper. Bring your nose just a little closer to that knee. You're doing so good. All right, rock forward. And then just heel toe your left foot to the outer edge of the mat, coming into lizard pose. So we're really working on just opening up this hip area. Might feel a little crazy. Let's just embrace it. Let's embrace the crazy. And breathe through it, soften. You wanna make sure you're not resisting and, creating tension, responding with tension, but rather we're softening into it, deepening into it, inviting this possibly uncomfortable feeling. For those of you who are a little bit more flexible, you can also bring your forearms down to the mat if you feel like that will challenge you more. Three more breaths like this. Lifting up to support yourself, we're coming into pigeon pose. Heel toe the left foot all the way over to the other outer edge of your mat, making your shin parallel with the top of your mat, or mostly, right? That's what we're going for. And then finding your center. So you might be lifted here. What we don't want is falling off to the side, okay? So if you want to lift yourself up to find your center, and then you can sink into it if your body allows you to. If not, you can totally be, wherever your edge of flexibility is, perfect. And then those of you who have a little bit more flexibility, you can also come back down to the forearms as an option. Three more breaths in pigeon. When it gets a little hard, just remind yourself of your goal. Think of yourself doing the splits. Imagine it. You're doing so good. Great job. Go ahead and support yourself. Tuck the back toes, and we'll shoot the left heel all the way through and back up to three-legged dog, and then release to your downward facing dog. When you're ready, we are doing exactly what we just did on the other side. So shoot that right heel all the way back and up. Open up the hips. Once you're as high as you can, release that back foot behind you. Bend at the knee. Inhale to bring the right knee in towards your chest, pulling the right foot through and placing it near the top of your mat. Lowering the left knee down, sinking into your low lunge. Doesn't that feel good? And pull the right hip crease back, lengthening the right leg. Bring a flex into the foot. Find length in the spine and fold over. On your next inhale, rock forward into low lunge. Exhale to pull the right hip crease back, lengthen the front leg, fold over. Inhale to rock forward. Exhale to straighten the right leg. Keep moving through this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I kind of sung that a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Oh my gosh. You guys are getting my silly today. Inhale to rock forward. So good. Heel toe the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Bring your hands inside of your leg. We are in lizard pose. Of course, there is option to come down to forearms. Whatever feels good to you, whatever feels the most supportive to you. It doesn't matter what level of flexibility you have now. You're on your journey and you're working hard towards your goals, so kudos to you. All right, we're moving into pigeon pose. Heel toe the right foot all the way to the other side of the mat, bringing your shin down towards a parallel to the top of the mat. It's okay if it's a little diagonal too. I would say in most cases it tends to be diagonal. And then find your center and then just release into that wherever you're at. Just a few more breaths here. Accepting and embracing the uncomfortable, as long as it's not to the point of pain. Take care of your body. Always listen to what you're ready for. All right, go ahead and support yourself. Tuck the back toes, shoot the right heel all the way through and up. And releasing that foot. Great job. All right, step the right foot forward. We're going to pivot both toes towards the knee. So you're in wide-legged forward bend here. Let's just soften at the knees and hang heavy here. If you'd like to grab opposing elbows and just sort of rock back and forth, or maybe you're taking a figure 8 by bending at one knee and then the other. Just loosening up here. And then coming back into stillness, allowing the spine to hang long. Moving into Malasana, sit the hips down. We're going to be in a low squat here. So not all the way to touch, but placing the elbows against the knees, hands to prayer position. And we're just pressing our knees away, opposing directions, and making sure that we're really extended through the spine. Line of energy going through the crown of the head. And just breathing here. Maybe it feels good to kind of do a little itty bitty rock from side to side. Or maybe you prefer to squat still. Maybe you prefer to squat still. Either way works. All right, you guys are gonna hate me, but we are moving into frog pose. Trust me, these are just amazing prep poses for your straddle and your splits. So if you do this every day, you'll be thanking me in a couple of months.
Let me know in the comments if you decide to do this every day and like what your results are. I would love to support you along that journey. When you're ready, go ahead and rock forward, placing your hands on either the mat or the floor, floor in my case. And then we'll go ahead and release the legs here. Shins are parallel to each other. And wherever you're at, you can just widen the knees until you feel your edge of flexibility, okay? So for most of you, you'll probably be still supporting yourself. For maybe that 5–10% of you that are already flexible, go ahead and come down to the forearms here. You may want to come to your full belly if that's accessible to you. All of these variations are great options. Whatever you do, just breathe through this. Embrace the process. All good things come with a little bit of hard work. Amazing job. You're amazing. I celebrate you. Go ahead and lift yourself up carefully. Woo! I felt that one too. And then here is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to attempt to go into our splits and just wherever you're at in that process. So maybe that's, you know, it looks like you're lifting yourself for a while. That's okay. So go ahead and come into your low lunge again. And then we're just gonna start to slide into wherever you're at, okay? And we'll just settle into wherever you end up for a few breaths. And then some of you may want to fold over, nose towards the knee. Sometimes people ask me how I got my splits, and I will tell you honestly, I stretched for a long time every day. And then one day it just happened and I was like, oh, great, I got my splits. And I never lost them since then. That happened when I was a kid. So all that to say, it doesn't just happen. You know, yes, some people are born a little bit more flexible than others, but it really does take that commitment, that consistency, and that hard work. So I encourage you to find a consistent practice if this is really an important goal for you. But especially for my dancers out there or aspiring dancers, this is gonna be important, you know, if you're going into dancing as a hobby or career, and or, you know, if you're into theater like me, you know, this is gonna help you to have this kind of skill set. All right, coming up from that, go ahead and find your straddle. So some of you might be able to just roll into it, kind of like how I did, or you might need to get out of it and then slide down. Either way, go ahead and find your straddle. It's totally okay if you're a little bit more, you bring your feet in a little bit, but either way, we're gonna just roll onto our hands, okay? So we can really, go into further depths of flexibility. And just breathing through this. We are almost done. You've got this. Don't give up. Just a few more breaths. And maybe one day, after a couple of months of doing this every day, you're going to be able to sink into your mat in this moment in a beautiful straddle, beautiful split, and be like, I magically can do my splits now. But it's not really magic because you put in the hard work, so just remember that. All right, now we're moving into the other side, and I promise this is the last hard thing at least, so go ahead and find your way to the other side. You can always get out of the straddle, go into that low lunge, and then sink down wherever you're at. Okay, you guys, you have arrived. This is the end of our stretch routine. If you would like to go into a traditional Shavasana at the end, I invite you to do that. But since this video is primarily a stretch routine leading you into greater depths of flexibility, we'll go ahead and conclude here. So amazing job. You've got this. Remember